Okay guys, let's face it, there's so much information out there about different ways to make money online. You probably just feel like your head is going to explode because trust me, it was the exact same for me when I was first getting started. So in today's video guys, I just wanted to simplify all of it for you and just bring you the 4 most viable business options that you can start today on Etsy that's going to start making you some pretty decent money online. Oh, and by the way, all of them have the potential to make you 5 figures a month if you put the work in and if they're done correctly. So if you're new here guys, my name's Alfie. I've been selling on Etsy for a few years now and I've made some pretty decent revenue in that time. So this is going to be a tutorial video. So let's just get straight into it. Okay guys, so these are the 4 business models that we're going to be discussing today. We're going to talk through the print on demand business model, drop shipping, digital products, and the handmade business model. And for all of them, I'm going to rank them and we're going to go through the startup costs, how beginner friendly each business model is, time required to start and put into each of these business models, the competition, and of course the earning potential, the juicy stuff that I know you want to know for each of these models. So we're going to start first with the print on demand business model. This is so popular on Etsy, and I'm just going to quickly break down to you exactly how this business model works, and then we're going to go into each of these different steps in more detail so you just have most clear picture possible of exactly how it works. So essentially, you start off first by creating a design. So this is one thing with print on demand. You are in the design business and your success is going to be pretty much directly correlated to how good your designs are. So make a design, you then upload that design to a print on demand supplier program, such as Printify, for example. They essentially have access to hundreds of different print providers that are going to be the people that actually make the products for you. You're then going to upload that product to your Etsy shop. Customers will then buy the product from your Etsy shop. Once the order's through, the order details will then be sent back to the print provider, where, like I said, the print provider can then actually make the product for you with your design that you created and ship it directly to the customer. So that's just a really quick general overview. Now I want to look at each of these points in more detail for you. So we're going to start here with the design phase. And like I said, guys, this is so crucial for the print on demand business model. So there's a few different ways you can go around this, okay? And now I don't know what your design skills are like. If they're anything like mine, then they're a 0 out of 10 and they're pretty much non-existent. So there's different ways you can go about getting your designs here. You can use a program called Creative Fabrica, which is essentially where you can pay a monthly fee and you can get commercial usage rights to use designs that have actually been made by other people, you know, actual qualified designers or people that are good at designing. You can then take those aspects, add some text here and there, change a few little elements, and then that can be the basis of your design. If you're a bit more skilled, of course, you can use a design software yourself. Something like Canva is great, super simple, very beginner friendly. And this is essentially going to be where you create your designs using different elements such as text and pictures. Or the third option, you can get your designs created using AI. Of course, aren't we lucky to be alive in 2025? And then of course, once you've got your design, you actually upload your design to a print provider. Like I said, either Printiful or Printify. They're the 2 main players. So I'm just going to quickly show you exactly how this is done. So this is essentially what you get, a blank little template. This is going to be for a mug. So you can see a little 3D preview here. This is a mug. This is the product we're going to make. All you would do is create a design, add that design onto this design template on Printify, get it how you want it. And then you can see that shows up on the mug there. And then once you've made the design exactly how you want it, Printify is going to show you what that product is going to look like. And this is essentially going to be the end product that the customer is going to receive. So yeah, that's essentially how the design stage works. And then of course, when it comes to actually marketing the products on Etsy, what you would do is I've made a nice little diagram for you here. You can tell amazing creative design skills, but you'd make your design, say I've made this little sloth one here. You would then put that onto a mock-up. So a mock-up is like what I just shown you there on Printify. It's the blank picture of the good, of whatever it is you're selling. You would then just put the picture on it or put your design on it, sorry. And then you would list that design in the mock-up for sale on Etsy. So what customers are seeing on Etsy is like, say, the virtual version of what your product's going to look like when it's made. And then that's what essentially they're going to click on and they're going to buy and they're going to be really happy with. So moving on then, how does the customer actually buy these products from you if they don't exist yet? Well, like I said, customers are going to go onto your shop and they're going to place the order of the mock-up image that you've created. The order details are then going to be sent straight to Printify. So this is linked through the backdoor end. So this is very easy to do in Printify. You know, it's pretty much one click of a button. That's going to link directly into your Etsy shop. So like I said, you get an order come through, everything gets sent over for you. You wash your hands of it straight to Printify. Printify will then make the product with the design that you've uploaded that the customer's bought. So you're completely hands off here. And then that product is sent directly to the customer. And so, yeah, it's a pretty solid hands-off business model. And I think when you look at it like this, there is no surprise why it's so popular on Etsy. And so I think when anybody is deciding what business model they are going to put time in to start going forward, two of the most important things, time input required and cost to start the business. Like I said at the start, print on demand, you're in a design business. Your results are going to be directly correlated to the quality of your designs. And to get quality designs, you're going to have to spend a lot of time making a lot of designs. And I promise you guys, you're going to have to put a lot of designs out there before you get one or two that are really good, that customers really like, and they actually start buying. So there's going to be a decent element of time input. When it comes to costs, you're going to need to sign up to a print provider. Now, it's okay. You can start off for free on, say, Printify or Printful, free plans. However, when you start making any level of sales, say 5+ a month, you're going to have to go onto the $29.99 a month plan at a minimum. So that's going to be a monthly recurring cost. I also strongly recommend you pay for some high quality mock-ups. So like I said, the reason customers are going to be clicking and buying on your products is going to be because of your mock-ups, because we don't actually have the physical product, right? You need to get good mock-ups. This could be anything from, say, a few dollars to $20, $30, $40. So I've just put a one-off $10 fee. You can buy these on Etsy. I've shown them in loads of my other videos on the channel. So yeah, I think a $10 one-off fee for that is fair. When it comes to creating your designs, you'll need either Canva, an AI software, or access to Creative Fabrica. So depending on which one you use, I've just stuck a figure right in the middle. All of these are going to be recurring payments. So I've just put recurring around about $15 a month I budget for. I think that'd be safe for you. And then of course, this is going to be a fee which is consistent throughout all these business models. You have to pay 20 cents to list a product on Etsy. And like I said, when it comes to print on demand, you're going to have to list a lot of products before you find a best-selling design that actually works. And so guys, to make it easier to compare all of these business models for you, I just wanted to rank them in a star system, just because I learn visually, right? And I think visually looking at this, it makes a lot of sense. So these are ranked out of 5. Startup costs, I've given it a 3 out of 5. Again, you got a few monthly subscriptions, but it's not breaking a leg. You know, it's not that bad to start. I think most people for, say, $100 can get this business up and running. Beginner friendly, yeah, 4 stars. I think it's pretty beginner friendly, to be honest. Especially if you're getting your designs from AI or a third party, then yeah, I think it's pretty beginner friendly. Time required, bit of a negative with this business. Like I said, you will need to put a decent amount of time into any print on demand business. You're gonna have to make a lot of designs. And because it's so accessible, guys, literally anyone can start print on demand. Competition, you can imagine, and if you've looked yourself on Etsy, is sky high. So for me, competition, sorry, print on demand, you only get a 1 star. Earning potential, people earn a lot of money doing print on demand. It's once it's up and running, it can be fairly passive. The last video I put on my channel is reviewing a print on demand store selling phone cases. They made over $1 million in revenue. As much time as you want to put in usually correlates to the more money that you're going to get out. So earning potential, giving it a pretty solid 4 stars. Okay, so next business model now, and we're talking about drop shipping on Etsy. So essentially, you start off, you'd find a winning product on a drop shipping app such as AutoDS, okay? That app then integrates directly to your Etsy shop. So in the push of a few buttons, you can get the winning product you found or winning products and upload them all straight to Etsy. A customer will then buy that product from you on Etsy because you've integrated to the AutoDS app. That order detail will then be sent directly to the supplier, where the supplier will then get the product and send it directly to the customer. So again, you're the middle person in this, and all you're doing is marketing a product at a higher price than what you're going to be getting it for. And guys, there's a lot of questions out there about, can you drop ship on Etsy? You know, is drop shipping still allowed? Yes, the term drop shipping is still allowed on Etsy. And I've got a screenshot of the Etsy policy here. So I want to make you fully aware. Items under the drop shipping term, as long as they're either designed by a seller, okay, they can be produced or printed by a third party, or if they're sourced by a seller. So any item that enables buyer creativity or items that are sourced by a seller. So i.e. we are the sellers and we are sourcing the item from a third party. But yeah, just be sure to read the Etsy policies before you start dropshipping, especially. Very important. So when it comes to the actual products that's going to be best for dropshipping on Etsy, again, we're going to be limited here. You won't get away with selling everything. The best products are the ones that can be customized. And again, I've put the Etsy policy here. You can sell products that are personalized with a buyer's custom text or image, and they can be sourced by you from a third party. So, things like these personalized embroidered makeup bags, wooden thank you tags, personalized jewelry boxes. All of these types of products can be very easily drop shipped and sold on Etsy for very good profit margins, may I add. Or it's products that can be designed by you and then made to order. So like this one I found here, these are all from AliExpress, by the way. So just like this product here, these custom enamel brooches, I assume they are. So essentially you would send a design file to a supplier. They would produce 10 of these at a time, hold the stock. And then when you get an order, they will drop ship your designed product directly to the customer. So that's a few examples, but again, feel free to do your own reading because there's a lot of examples you can use. So when we talk about how dropshipping actually works on Etsy, it's always going to be best, guys. I always recommend this if you're dropshipping, to market using your own pictures on Etsy. This is always going to be best. You don't want to be using the supplier images if you can help it. A customer is then going to buy a product directly from your store, and the order is going to be sent, like I said, directly to the supplier via your dropshipping platform. And then, of course, the product is made by the supplier and sent directly to the customer. So let's talk about the time and costs associated with dropshipping. It is pretty easy to set up. You just need to wait to actually get the products yourself. So again, I always recommend buy the products from the supplier that you're going to sell, order them to your own house, make sure they're good quality because you do not want to be selling you don't want to be selling bad products, guys. And make sure to then take your own pics so they actually stand out and you market them a lot better. Costs associated. AutoDS, this is the main dropshipping platform that integrates directly with Etsy. So this is going to be a minimum for their cheapest plan, $19.90 a month, recurring payment. And again, like all of these, you've got the Etsy fee. With dropshipping, you don't need to list as many products. Of course, you do still need to pay the listing fees for each one. So let's compare the star ratings for dropshipping now. So startup costs, again, I've given it a 3-star. There's not loads of costs involved. Let's put aside $100 to start this business, and then that should cover pretty much all you need. It's pretty beginner friendly, to be honest, guys. It's quite simple to go onto a platform like AutoDS, find some winning products that you're allowed to sell on Etsy, upload them, order them to your house, take a few pictures with your phone. iPhones are incredible for this. They are content creation machines and they take great pictures, and then just market the product. And then everything is linked for you in the back end just for a few clicks. A lot of people do drop shipping, but the problem a lot of people make is they sell products that you're not allowed to sell on Etsy. If you drop ship products that are in line with Etsy policy, take your own pictures and market them properly, then this is a very legitimate business model that you can do. It doesn't require a lot of time. Competition. I put this kind of middle of the road because, yeah, again, you're limited to the products that you can sell. And a lot of the products that you can sell drop shipping, they're going to have the slightly higher competition rates. However, there's definitely still some niches that you can target, but I think you probably do want to look into this a little bit more in detail, of course, before you just go starting this willy-nilly. When it comes to earning potential, drop shipping, it completely depends on what you're going to sell. Some products have massive profit margins, some have very little profit margins. So I'll put this right in the middle. But yeah, I mean, you can certainly make a good income drop shipping. I know plenty of people that make full-time incomes drop shipping. Really does depend on exactly what you want to sell. All right, moving on to the next business model now, and this is going to be digital products. This is a solid one, guys. So essentially, again, overview, and I'll go into each step in detail. You create a design on Canva, or, this is for beginners, but if you're a bit more skilled, maybe you could use Photoshop, Adobe. You then upload that digital file product to Etsy. A customer will then buy that from Etsy as you market it, and they will just download the digital file. To be honest, it's pretty straightforward. And then in terms of some solid products you can sell in the digital product business model, the world is your oyster. There is so much you can do here, guys. So anything from digital planners, SVGs, patterns, printouts, guides, website templates, social media templates, etc., etc., etc. There's a lot you can do here. And like I said, You can design any of these products yourself using a program like Canva or I said Adobe, Photoshop, etc. Or you can actually pay to work with somebody that's a skilled designer on a program called Fiverr. Again, it's going to cost you a bit more. People on Fiverr, I promise you, can make some very good digital products that you can sell on Etsy. And again, we live in 2025, aren't we lucky? We've got access to AI. So we've always got AI that can give us a helping hand creating digital products. So let's talk about time and cost of the digital product business model now. So there is no doubt that it can take a while to make the products if you're making them yourself. And not only that, you're probably going to need to learn how to actually make the products and level up your design skills. So I assume that's the route most people are going to go, because not everybody's got a load of money to start paying designers upfront to make the products for them. So in terms of cost, you're just going to have a minimum $10 a month for Canva, more if you're going to use Photoshop or anything Adobe. And of course, again, for Etsy, standard 20 cents per listing. So costs, guys, not too bad. And then let's look at the ratings here. There's going to be lots of competition, guys, and it's going to take you a lot of time to make the products and to learn to make good products. Super simple, basic digital products where there's no skill involved to make them. You're going to have a tough time selling them. And I hate to say it to you guys, but it's only the truth. So I just want to warn you up front. So startup costs, I've given this 5-star. Digital products, I said, apart from like a design software, you're not paying for a product. It's all digital. So of course this gets a 5-star from me. Beginner friendly, this goes down a little bit. I don't think this is the most beginner friendly business model. However, I will caveat that, say that if you're getting designs from a third party, this could actually become very beginner friendly. Certainly if you're going to go down the route of making the designs yourself, making the thumbnail images yourself to market them, then there could be a skill element involved that you may have to learn. Time required, if you're making the products yourself, it's going to get a 1-star because it's going to take a lot of your time. I work with clients who are in the digital product game, doing very well. I know firsthand it takes a lot of time to get these high quality products out. And of course, guys, with how easy it is to start selling digital products and the fact that the earning potential is 5 stars because you're not paying anything to get the products, they're just digital, pretty much 100% profit. With that comes a hell of a lot of competition. The output from you to get a lot of good products out is going to have to be there. But if it is there, there's going to be a very good earning potential at the end of it. So now let's talk about the classic business model. And by the way, guys, even if you think, oh, but I don't have any design skills, I can't make anything by hand, like I don't know pottery or anything like that, I'm just going to show you ways here that you actually can do a handmade business, even if you don't have much design skills. So quick overview of how this works. Of course, you're making the products yourself, normally in-house. You're taking the product pictures yourself, marketing them on Etsy. Customer's going to buy the product from you. You've then got all the order details. So you're going to have to create the product, package it up yourself, and ship it directly to the customer. This is your standard, beautiful handmade business model. This is, in my opinion, the backbone of Etsy. Anybody that makes unique handmade goods on the platform, fair play to you. You are the soul of Etsy, in my opinion. So let's explore the different products that can be sold under this business model. And so, like I said, pretty much any physical item that you can make by hand. I said, even if you don't have design skills, again, we're in 2025, there's a lot of opportunity out there for us guys. We can buy things like laser cutters, candle molds, crochet kits, if you want to put the time in to learn, if you're more that way inclined, maybe a bit more introverted, or you do crochet anyway. That's just an example. Anything along those lines would apply the same. Another good one I see, making gift boxes. Again, you don't need mega design skills or handmade skills to do this. You essentially just buy a box, or you buy a load of cardboard boxes in bulk for very cheap, get some nice stuff in, nice packaging, and then you just buy a selection of, say, like sweets, mugs, socks, little, say in England we call them stocking filler presents, right? Like little gifts, sort them all together. And then suddenly there you've got, a Mother's Day box, a Father's Day box, a cute birthday box, a gift to give to your girlfriend, or a gift to give to your boyfriend, So that's a really good product that I see some sellers on Etsy making very good money with. And again, guys, if you're really serious about becoming an Etsy seller, you don't like any of the other business models, and you want a business that you've got more control over, there's plenty of courses out there where you can learn pretty much any skill, whether it be from pottery, knitting if you wanted to, you can learn out there by doing a course. So don't ever close your mind off to it. There's enough ways out there to make money nowadays. If you want to, you can. And when it comes to actually marketing physical products on Etsy, the number one tip I can give you guys, have amazing photography and videography. But the thing is, you have got a massive, massive advantage over the other business models because you are in full control of your business and you're in full control of your packaging. And if you're in control of your packaging, that means that you can have more happy customers, which means it's going to be a lot easier to grow the business and it's going to be a lot easier to scale the business. And I think of all the business models, it's definitely the one that you have the most control over. And it's certainly the one that if you really wanted something to become a brand, this is definitely the best one for it. But of course, with that, you have a lot less flexibility. I'm somebody personally, I much prefer working off my laptop with the flexibility that gives me to travel and earn money at the same time. If I had, say, a massive laser cutter machine here and all of my business revolved around cutting products out, packaging up and selling them, then obviously I wouldn't be able to do that. So it swings and roundabouts, different business models presented here for different types of people. And so how much would it cost and how much time would be required to start a business such as this? Likely costs up front are going to be involved with stock, either learning to create products by hand in doing some form of course, and of course packaging all the products up yourself and paying for shipping and sending them out. It's very hard to put an exact number on it, but guys, I've read a lot of forums just because I wanted to get a general consensus of how much small business owners pay to set up their business. The average figure I got was around $300. So I just left it as that. And again, like I said, Etsy fees, 20 cents per listing. And so of course, guys, with the handmade business model, or selling physical goods even, you're gonna have a lot more control of your business, like I said. But of course, there is more time involved and more costs. So startup costs, I've given it a 2. I think you're gonna need to put a bit more money in up front, guys. Beginner friendly, again, this is 50-50. I really didn't know what to put. Leave a comment if you're a small business owner and you do handmade stuff. Do you agree with these ratings? I don't know. But yeah, certainly beginner friendly, depending on what you're doing. So I just went in the middle. Time required. Again, if you're making things by hand, you're packaging them yourself, you're shipping them by yourself, I think there's going to be a decent level of time required. So for me, it can only be a 1 star in comparison to the other models. Competition, however, this is where you can really shine. You can sell products that because you've got the skills to make them, and those skills are going to be sought after and not oversaturated in the market, you can rank a lot easier for high quality products and even charge a lot more because there's less of them on the market and there's more demand for them. So yeah, this is an element where you can really shine. Earning potential, again, I think there's some good earning potential, but the reason I knocked it down, and I was close to giving it a 4 or a 5 star, the reason I knocked it down is because if you're making things by hand and you've got a physical business, you're always going to be limited by the time that you can put into the business to make the products and get them out. And that's the only reason here. But there's one major point I wanted to add in here with the handmade business model, and it's probably the most important thing. This is probably the most fulfilling business model of all of them. So, you know, creating a brand, creating products, people are buying products because they like what you do, and what you do is special. I think it's very fulfilling. So guys, I don't know which one of these business models you preferred the most, but if it was, for example, print on demand, then I've actually done a video on my channel showcasing a print on demand store, a great example, a store that's turned over $1 million in revenue selling phone cases. And if you wanted to check that out and how they did it, I'll leave a link to it just here. But otherwise, guys, take good care of yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.